Trump administration right now. There was a couple of bulletins and polling that came out. One from Silver Bulletin and one from CBS. It's not painting a good picture for the Trump administration at all. And this is good news for us. Donald Trump, his net approval rating is -22, according to New York Times, -20, according to Atlas Intel, and -26, according to CBS in YouGov. For all in chat, you are loved and appreciated. May you make the world better. Thank you, Yas. Do Americans approve or disapprove of Donald Trump? A disapproval rate of 58%. Almost 59, almost 60. Approval rate of 38.4. Holy shit. The lowest approval rating on here, Ipsos, which Reuters do pretty good polling, 36% approval rating. My God. Do Americans approve or disapprove of how Trump handles immigration? Disapprove, approve. Which, if we look at literally last year, a lot of people were very much in favor, because they were insane psychopaths, were in favor of Trump's handling of immigration. But oh my God, dude, this upwards trend, and you can show the lows and highs difference. Jesus, not like barely any highs are getting anywhere close. And this is when a bunch of stuff was happening in Minnesota, and it's still down since then. Immigration, trade, economy, inflation, bad, 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 bad. This little boost from trade will go away pretty quickly. It is not looking good for Trump. Percent saying the U.S. economy is good. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I heard his disapproval rate before his election. The difference is crazy. Yeah, dude, it's insane. Finances not affected / don't buy gas. Financial hardship, 59%. Inconvenience but not difficult, 26%. That's dropped. 15% dropped. Getting clear understanding of the situation is Strait of Hormuz. 69% saying no. Not successful. Not successful. Strategic. Not successful. Economic. Non-successful. Who has the advantage in the U.S.-Iran conflict? The fact that people are saying neither side, I wish they didn't miss, bro. Jade, you're not wrong. The fact that people are saying neither side is insane, because the U.S. will always have the military advantage. Economically is one thing, but the military advantage will always be on the U.S.'s side in the conflict in Iran. Economically is a different story, but enthusiastic, angry, 32% angry, 38% frustrated. His approval rating's on 27% when it comes to handling of inflation. My God. Will decrease jobs. This is a good impact of AI on jobs in the US. Being 65% saying will decrease jobs is great. That's really good news. Uncertain, struggling, unfair. Worse than theirs. Compared to your parents' generation, your opportunities are worse. Not better, and definitely not the same. Worse than theirs. Oh my God. Jesus, man. All I'm saying is that I would be afraid if I was the Trump admin. I would be shitting myself over these most recent polls.
Peter Baker is chief White House correspondent for the New York Times and an MS Now contributor. And Stuart Stevens.
Political literacy is dead. It's dead. Yeah, it's dead. But holy shit, is like the Trump admin fucking themselves over constantly, which is good for us.
Senior advisor to the Lincoln Project and was chief strategist for Mitt Romney's 2012 campaign. Good to have all of you here. Peter, the Times polling, most of which was done after Trump made his remarks about Americans' financial struggles, show overwhelmingly that people want him focused on them. They're clearly unhappy he isn't. Is there nothing that pushes him to think that he's in a losing proposition.
Thank you very much. With
Well,
that,
it's remarkable because these numbers show how weak he is, even on areas that he has traditionally been strong, right? A lot of Americans might not like all of his policies, but many of them did like for a while, at least, his policies on immigration. A lot of them did like for a while his policies on the economy. They believe his...
And now it's in the negatives. How's that 30%, 7%? It should be way lower. I mean, even 37% is fucking devastating for Trump.
Pitch that he was the great economic...
With that last comment, maybe literacy is dead. Transphobes are always in the TikTok chat. Don't worry about it.
President, and that he would bring back jobs and get rid of inflation and do all these things. And the polls show that most Americans don't buy that anymore. And even Republicans, many Republicans who voted for him, like that caller, have lost faith that he really is focused on their issues. Inflation is higher than it was when he came into office. Job growth has plummeted since he took office. And obviously the price of gas and other things are causing a lot of hardship at home. And you see these numbers that reflect not just Democrats, independents who already were predisposed not to like him, but a lot of Republicans, not all, not a majority even necessarily, but a lot of Republicans have lost faith.
And Stuart, President Trump actually doubled down on Friday and said his statement about not focusing on Americans' economic concerns again was a perfect statement, and he'd say it again. But among independents, only 17% describe economic conditions as excellent or good. Just 25% think the country is on the right track. So if you're in a competitive race and you're a Republican, at what point do you conclude that sticking with Trump is more dangerous to your political career than breaking away?
Yeah, it's fascinating because you have these two dynamics. You have sort of the non-hardcore Republican world, and we're seeing people like Cassidy losing. Cornyn's probably going to lose. This is triumph, the power that Trump has over the party. And when Lindsey Graham went out this weekend and said Donald Trump is the Republican Party. Well, I wrote a book called It Was All a Lie, How the Republican Party Became Donald Trump. It is Donald Trump. There is no end.
Yep, it's fully Donald Trump. Dude, and Democrats, there are a few Democrats out there that are seizing this opportunity. Like I said, Trump needs to be very, very afraid of what's coming. This midterm is going to hopefully, because like Mary Peltola, very unknown in the Democrat space. Holy shit! 12-year term limits for members of Congress? I love her, man. I love her.
Trump party. But you have the rest of the world. And you look at these numbers, and it's just as clear as can be. He's losing on every issue. And at a certain point in politics...
Europe. Did you hear about the mosque shooting? No, I did not. In San Diego?
You need to be for something
Jesus.
that people like.
I'm not surprised.
And he's just not.
What's her name? Mary Peltola. Mary Peltola? Gavin Newsom? You like Gavin? We're not Gavin Newsom fans here. My uncle just got killed and I knew the security guard that got killed too. Damn. I'm sorry, Yusuf. Gavin Newsom's a neoliberal con man. I've been doing okay, Caden. Thank you for asking. He's also a technocrat and very bought in with deep money. Like, he's not our ally.
Correct here is that standard play. You go, we've made mistakes, but we've listened and we're going to change. And Americans are predisposed to give people a second chance, but you kind of have to show that you're trying. You kind of have to go to Betty Ford to say,
are you in Cali? No.
Say, okay, I'm going to quit. You can't just stay at the bar and say, I'm going to quit. And Trump's incapable of doing that.
And if you say you're not in California, you can't have an opinion, then you shouldn't have an opinion on any foreign or domestic or like federal level policies. It's a stupid argument, and I please don't make it. You'll just embarrass yourself, Steve.
And so he doubles down, like you say. And this places Republican candidates in this box that really is unique in American modern politics because you've never had a leader of a party who will punish.
I'm sorry. You know what, Z, you're right. I'm sorry. I swung before hearing your argument. You're right. I'm sorry. I've just dealt with too many Gavin Newsom dick suckers recently who are really annoying. You're not being annoying. I'm sorry.
Punish those, even if it hurts himself.
Good girl.
Thank you for the follow,
say what they need
Valerie.
to say to get elected. So it's a real problem for Republicans.
It is. It is. And
Today, I'm actually going to be sitting down with...
I do. Oh my God, dude. Shit like this is doing so well for Democrats right now. They are like social progressives like Graham Plattner Oh my God.
Governor volunteers mothers who's a registered Republican and not planning to vote for me.
He's a Democrat. I'm like,
It's really important that we take the time to listen to each other, extend compassion, empathy, and understanding, and a willingness to learn. Doing well. Thank you so much.
I don't always like this. What's up going on politically today? A lot. The economy is doing terribly. Trump's approval is in the gutter, and the environment is going to be fucked beyond recognition here pretty soon. Z, again, I'm sorry.
Thanks for doing.
I'm not a huge fan of these, by the way, but this is very contrasting to Trump being at a 64% disapproval rating.
I don't see where any of these taxes are benefiting the state of Maine. The roads still need fixing.
Yep.
The infrastructure is still shaky. And where is it going?
I don't mind paying taxes if I get something back. We have crumbling infrastructure. We have a collapsing healthcare system, especially in rural areas, where if you're lucky enough to even be able to afford it, I mean, the hospitals are, in Eastern Maine, the hospitals are closing.
My sister lives in Waterville, and they've been taking her out of the hospitals, and it got to the point
More
where
Perfect Union did a video on Graham Plattner? Good.
the EMTs come from the fire department to do her blood work.
Of course. Yeah. Which is insane.
Yeah.
At the federal level, we do not put our federal resources, our tax dollars, into helping working Americans. We put them into the pockets of corporate interests. The United States has more money.
I wonder when my sub ends, because it's supposed to end today. I can check in a second here, Dan.
More resources.
Yeah, dude, rural healthcare. I'm also a trans girl in healthcare. Dude, rural healthcare, Nessa, non-existent.
More capacity to provide for people than we've ever had before. I mean,
And it's not happening.
And it's not happening.
Now, the other thing that I was wondering about was you have
She's asking good questions.
workers that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they tell you what their raise is going to be?
Do they tell? No, they don't. They don't.
Do you decide that?
I do.
Because you employ them.
That's right.
So why are the people in Congress and the Senate?
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
no.
God.
Yep.
Z, give me 1 second, and I'll get to I'll get to Gavin Newsom. I do want to watch this all the way through because she's like asking really good questions. In my opinion, this is the most obviously non-pre-vetted and non-predispositioned person on an interview that I've seen in a very long time. This is like a genuine Republican that they have getting coffee with Graham Plattner. This is like what the average Midwestern American is, by the way. They voted for Trump, and they all act like this. And she's like asking him very good questions, and he's responding very well. Granted, this isn't on a stage, and this is on video camera, but I don't think she was paid for this. Like, paid in the way to like ask questions that he vetted.
I'm from Sullivan.
How is that possible? They are working for us. We are the boss of them.
Yeah.
And they're saying, well, this is what we're going to get, and you're going to give it to us.
They give themselves spectacular health care.
Yeah.
Paid for
Yeah.
with tax dollars.
Mhm.
And yet, at the same time, they have no interest in using tax dollars to give health care to everybody else.
Yeah.
But they're very happy to take it themselves.
Yes.
And then you get it for life.
Yeah.
Even if you just do one term. That's insane.
Yeah. They don't live on the economy. This is what
No.
I think the Congress and the Senate should be doing. They should be living on the economy of the state that they represent.
Absolutely.
True! True! And if you guys didn't see, Congress members are saying they don't make enough money, even though they make $175,000 a year to survive in this current economy. Guess what? Minimum wages!
Why are we selling our land to other countries?
Because of corporations. Because most corporations today, they don't have allegiances to countries.
Which is crazy. Exactly!
No.
They're multinational things. And like for me, that's a fairly
Why are you yelling already? I just got here. Doritos, fuck you.
easy one to go after, which is that American land, certainly farmland, but I think American land in general, that should not be a thing that we just allow a small group of interests to buy it all up.
Yeah.
And then
Dude, he's so right. He's so right.
use it as a way of
Yeah, trans girls, get Doritos his ass! Get his ass!
making
Call him short in the TikTok chat.
working people pay them rent
Yeah.
just to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, we could make it like a no foreign companies thing, but I actually think if we just make it no corporate interest in general, you get the same outcome.
Well, what about the land that they have upcountry for the Chinese marijuana farms?
Really, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like that just shouldn't be, that should
Yeah.
not be an option. We've allowed corporate interests. We make them more important than any other interests. And whether it's a company
I'm
owned in
saying,
China,
all right,
or
bro.
frankly, if it's a company owned by somebody in San Francisco, I actually don't care.
Michigan, Detroit, we have buyers from Cali and NY swoop in a mass purchase. Yeah, dude, exactly. It's bullshit on every single level. Oh yeah, Doritos is also from Michigan, Detroit, Michigan.
Like they don't have an interest in the place.
In Maine. Yeah.
All they have an interest in is
money.
extracting money.
This is the difference between Trump and like even like neoliberals. And like this is why I don't like what's his name? Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is bought out by private equity interest firms. Completely. He's completely technocratic, and if he runs in 2028 and he wins, nothing will change. The establishment will not change at all. Gavin Newsom does not want to change in the establishment. He wants corporate entities to be owning stuff. Yes. No. Gavin Newsom is not your ally. He tries to act like it, but he has none of the same interests that we do. He makes so much money through corporate interest. He refuses to make genuine changes in California's like housing districts to make it a more equitable place for people to live. You should not be able to buy property for that much in California, which is crazy because of how radical he acts. Exactly. He will act radical, but he is not.
When does the investigation end and the accountability start?
Because
If they're talking about the Epstein files, never.
we have a political
The
apparatus.
insulin thing was just a ploy. Yeah, basically. Like, he doesn't give a fuck that insulin should be expensive or cheap. He doesn't care. Like, the way that Graham Plattner and Mamdani do, and Mary Peltiola do. Like, they actually care that insulin's expensive.
In a political class that has essentially turned into nothing but performance. Years of Benghazi hearings about Hillary. And at the end of it, nothing.
Yeah,
No accountability, no anything. Years of investigations around Trump
I
stuff.
haven't forgiven her for that.
It's, I mean, I don't blame it, but like,
Ever.
but there's a,
Yeah, talk shit about Hillary Clinton.
but there's an element where it's just like, you begin to realize that on both sides up there, it's just performance.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able
Living in North seems a lot better in a lot of ways. It depends. Red Midwest states are pretty bad. Like before I moved out of Iowa, it was pretty bad. And it's only gotten worse. Like Iowa is the Florida of the Midwest and getting worse by the day.
to just go up there and change it immediately. But as a U.S. Senator, you're one of 100. It's one of the most important people in America. And I can talk about this.
Yeah.
And people have to listen.
Oh, well.
Like the news media, which otherwise is never going to want to have this kind of conversation because frankly, they're also part of the same apparatus. They're going to have to put it on TV because a U.S. Senator.
Dude, he's pulling her over so well. Like if every fucking Democrat just acted like Graham Plattner, I talked to when that to what? I'm not even paying attention to chat.
I think once that shift starts to happen, whether it's Republican, Democrat, or Independent, when we start electing more people that think like me,
Exactly. This is how we have to act. Think like me in a way that helps you.
those in power some of them are going to just want to stay in power and they're going to change their tune. And those that aren't going to will be able to build the mechanism, the apparatus to get rid of them. And that's when accountability can start to happen.
Do you think you convinced him?
So I've decided to wear my little pin,
Oh, well, thanks.
and I stole it from him.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Republicans should be terrified, dog. They should be fucking terrified.